Thanks to Rosie from Ballyhole, giving a brilliant roundup of what's happening up that end of the town. She's a brilliant girl, and she's going to be bringing in more next week as well. So great. I wouldn't mind winning that 777. I'll have to get a ticket for that. Now we're going to go to the Meadow. We're going to go to Helena. So hopefully Helena is beside me here. Helena, you're very welcome.
Hello.
How are you?
And thank you, Damien. How are you?
I'm good, and I'm sure you have lots to tell us, Helena. But what we're going to do is we're just going to introduce Helena, and we're going to bring her in the same way we brought Rosie in there, because we're getting very, I suppose, technical here in Destination Newry now, because we're bringing in new things. So, Helena, I'm going to hand it over to you, and what's going to happen is we're going to play in, and then you're going to tell us what's happening in your part of the town.
Thank you, Damien. Hi, evening everybody. Sorry, I think there's a wee bit of buffer in there, but I'm just going to rock on. So welcome from the Meadow and Armagh Road, and I'll just give you a roundup on what's been happening this week. So first of all, I'd like to start with our community food bank. So I know every week I speak about this, but about 4 months ago, prior to lockdown, 4 of us from the Meadow and Armagh Road Community Association sat down and had a chat about how we thought we could proactively support the community, and the food bank was the idea. So this week was a bit of an end of an era for us, because we're on week 15-16, and up until Saturday we have delivered over 1,600 bags of groceries across our area in the Meadow and Armagh Road, and which I just wanted to take this opportunity, first of all, to help to say thank you to my fellow volunteers. So I'm going to give them all a shout out because they really deserve it. We've had an amazing 4 months working together on this, and the camaraderie has been fantastic, and they're a great bunch of people. So we have Brendan Cranny, who thinks he's the boss, Noreen Rice, who really is the boss, Jerry MacDonald. We have Anthony Marin, who very kindly came in on behalf of the St. Bridget's Conference of St. Vincent de Paul, and they actually supplied all of our fresh fruit every week that went into our bags. We've got Joseph Lennon, who you can see there on screen now, Pamela Marin, Johnny Franks, Dominika Zhukowska, and Jerry Finnegan, and Tim Linus, and I don't think I forgot anybody, but if I did, I am so sorry. Yeah, so we've been out. So basically what we do is we meet on a Wednesday evening, do our shopping list, meet on a Friday, pack all the bags, and then meet on a Saturday, and we deliver our bags around the area, and we alternated the streets each week. So it's been an absolute privilege to be able to do this on behalf of our community. And even though we have finished up this week, it's not that particular picture there. On our final week, as a goodwill gesture, we were able to deliver 14 bags of groceries over to the residents in the flats on Lower Water Street. So we were delighted to be able to step in and give those guys a bit of support over there. But as I said, We've been at this now for 15, 16 weeks, and we've ceased the deliveries at the minute. But be rest assured that if this is needed again, we do have the capacity to pick it up again, and the will is there also for that. So if we're needed, we'll step back into action. Tom Kelly did a lovely article, not just about us, but about volunteers within the community a number of months ago in the Irish News. And Brian Hyland was out with us this week, so there'll be another something in the Reporter, an article in the Reporter this week as well, just about this initiative that we had. So thank you so much. I also wanted to take this opportunity on the final week to thank a number of people, if you'll bear with me. So we had regular donators, so people who were there week in and week out. I just want to reference that actual picture. That was the week that we had Father Ralph from the Dominican over, and he came in and said a prayer and did a blessing with us. That was a very, very special morning for us. So a very poignant and profound moment as well. But back to the thanks. We had a number of people who week in and week out were donating food, and they were over every week without fail, and I just want to give them a shout out. So we had Marion and Vincent McConville, Mr. and Mrs. Francis Smith from Ballina Gardens, Mary Boyle and Larry Boyle Jr., Mr. and Mrs. McGuire in Violet Hill, John McGreen, I think John's from up around Larchmount area, Carmel Campbell, who I believe may be from Banbridge, and Polly McGuire from Temple Hill. And these folks were over week in and week out with boxes of groceries. We also, in fairness, as I explained before, received funding from the lottery and from the Confederation of Community Groups, etc. And we were also in a position to be able to help people from outside our area with help with heating, oil, electric, phone top-ups and stuff. So we helped people there from Clog out to Bessbrook, so we were able to reach out to others as well. And just finally, other people who gave us cash donations as well. We have Barry Trainer, Cathal McCoy, Gary Chambers, Hughes Bookmakers, Five Ways. Five Ways were great. They also donated all the boxes of bags that we needed to deliver. Sean Mullen, Barry Gray, Adrian Patterson, and Phillips Fruit, who for quite a number of weeks donated all of our eggs. Every bag had a half dozen of eggs, and they donated those free of charge for quite a number of weeks. So thank you so much. And then Davis's Bakery, well, we sourced all of our wheaten bread and sodas from those guys, and I can tell you that every week people were asking, where did you get that wheaten bread? But that's where it was, Davis Bakery. So all of those people, and there are many more that unfortunately we may have missed out, and if we did, I am so sorry, but from the bottom of our hearts, thank you so much, because you've really supported us and made it a lot easier for us to go out and support our friends and neighbours within the community. And as for us volunteers, it has been the end of a bit of a journey, but it's the start of another journey for us, because we've worked so well as a group, that we will continue to work together within the community. So watch this space. And you know what, we're gonna miss going out, we're gonna miss seeing people, we're gonna miss knocking the doors, but hopefully we've provided our community with a bit of support. So thank you so much. And I'm going to move on now to a very special segment in this roundup. Now, and if you'll please bear with me, I know that when we watch something on social media, if it lasts more than a couple of minutes, we may lose interest, but I can guarantee you won't lose interest. We have a very special gentleman who I managed to get a chat with the other day, and he will be 96 years young tomorrow, and he's Mr. McMillan, and he's down in Clanrifold. And Mr. McMillan was born, believe it or not, in 1924. Now just think about that. We're in 2020, 1924 he was born. So I just had a wee chat with him, and asked him just a few questions. Now, the hearing is not 100%, so I apologise that you'll hear me guldering a couple of times asking questions, but his responses are very much worth listening to. So if you'll bear with me and just give him the respect, I think, and the kudos that he deserves. Look at him, he's such a great man. So take it away, Cathal. Thank you.
Mr. McMillan, yeah?
Yeah, nothing.
Mr. McMillan. And did you have a birthday recently?
I have one Friday season coming up next month.
And what age will you be? It's on Tuesday. How old will you be?
96.
96 years old.
Yeah.
Brilliant. So, and you're born and reared in Newry?
Huh?
You were born and reared in Newry?
I was born in a place called Bow Street, which people knocked away and built. They built, I think it's flats up in it.
Okay.
Way back in 1924.
And how many brothers and sisters did you have?
There was four of us and two girls.
4 boys and 2 girls.
One of them's dead and one fella's dead.
And where did you go to school?
I first went to school in High Street School.
In High Street?
Yeah. High Street School, which doesn't exist anymore.
Did you like school?
Huh?
Did you like school?
I never seen anything wrong with it, no.
And then what was your first job? What's the first job you had?
This is where I have a problem. The first job I got was down about was Lower North Street. I think it's Lower North Street. There's a man there had a shop. And he gave me a start. I'm going to hear this one. And he gave me a start that delivered papers away over Sugar Hill. And this was the morning time.
Uh-huh.
And I went out, but I went back in the afternoon. I don't know why I didn't do it, but I didn't do it.
How old were you when you got your first job?
I was about 14. Just out of school, you know.
Just out of school. And then, so what did you do to socialise? So when you were a bit older, when you were a teenager, what did you do to socialise? Did you go to the pub?
No pubs down there.
No pubs. What did you do then?
I went for long walks and long cycle rides all over the country. And I got into the country and climbed the mountains.
Did you play any football or anything?
I did a wee bit of football up on High Street.
Okay.
Which is now houses built on it. Houses built on it now. I don't know what's on it that's hall now because I've never been back there again. There's only one sister living there, you see.
Uh-huh. So, do you see when you were young, what sort of meals did you eat? Because now we have all sorts of stuff and takeaways and everything. So what would you have eaten for your breakfast and your dinner?
Well, that's a hard question to answer. Because when you're very young, you never pay much attention. You just get down at the table and eat up. And away you go and start playing out in the street somewhere. That's all you know about it.
Uh-huh.
You don't know nothing. You really don't.
You wouldn't have had any luxuries. You wouldn't have had any pizzas or takeaways.
Huh?
You wouldn't have had any pizzas or takeaways. No luxuries that we have now.
No. No one had things in them days.
Plenty of spuds.
Huh?
Plenty of spuds.
But lovely different types of vegetables and stuff like that, you know. All that sort of stuff in them days. Nearly everybody had something like that for their dinner or something like that, you know.
So here, what was Newry like when you were young as a place to live?
I never seen much wrong with it because it seemed to be a happy place. Everybody was playing games of some sort, or playing football, or playing. If it wasn't football, it was something else. And maybe go for long walks and stuff, go around the country roads. And the weather was quite different to what it is now. You know, it was very hot. And you could lay down on the pond and go to sleep. and the snow was anything, well, it depends on your height. But the snow will be that deep, it will be up to nearly up to about here. And if you wanted to climb a hill, you couldn't do it because the further you went up, the deeper it got, and you had to come back.
And we don't get snow like that now.
No,
All different.
all you see now is rain. Look at the way you have this. You can't sit out in the snow. You can't go out. You have to run away. And it doesn't start hot. Oh, of course, we had rain, like, you know, but the summers was lovely. Summers was lovely.
Plenty of long walks.
You go across the street, we lived in, and you can like, you weren't the only one. The whole lot of people would fellows like yourself, they all go and lie up against the wall and go to sleep. And it's very hot. Very hot.
And yeah, and then you got married.
Huh?
You got married. What can you remember? What year did you get married?
Well, I think it was
1948.
no, about 1945. No, somewhere around about that. You know, I was just going through it in my head that trying to remember how long ago. But I was about what age was I at that time? I was,
You 24, 25.
I was 25 at the time. She was 24.
And was Newry a good place to bring up your family in those days? Was Newry a good place to bring up your family?
There was not much wrong with it. I was working all the time. And some morning I was going about 7:30. And it depends on the job and where you're working with. And I mightn't get home to 1 o'clock in the morning. And they'd be all in bed.
Mm-hmm.
And half the ones in bed, half the time they never even seen me. Because I thought to meet at the making of the beef factory, at the building of it,
Mm-hmm.
part of the building. I got a job in it too, and I was there till I retired at 65, and that was it.
So what do you think is the best thing about Newry?
Huh?
What's the best thing about Newry?
Well, everybody seems to be okay, you're well into everybody in the place.
It's the people.
People you work with one thing and another, working with cattle and stuff like that down there. I have never been back since I retired at 65, and I'm always saying to myself, I must try and make my way down again. see who.
Down to the meat factory.
The meat factory. And it's still going yet.
It is indeed, and you helped to build it.
The building has got a job in it too at the same time, and I had a very good time in it.
Very good.
Very good time with most of the people they work on nearly all dead now.
So here, what will you do for your birthday?
Huh?
What will you do to celebrate your birthday?
None at all.
See the family?
Not else. I'm waiting for to get the thing taken off my eye so I can see the way you are seeing now. But that word has never come yet. And I'm not the only one.
Well, hopefully that'll come soon. But listen,
the lot behind the back of the eye is blocking the eye from seeing properly, you know.
Mm-hmm.
So when you're talking to people, you're talking to them.
And you can't see them properly.
No.
Well, here, I tell you what, you're a fine looking man for 95.
What?
You're a great looking man for your age.
What?
You wore well. Thank you for talking to me.
What's 96?
96.
Coming up there.
Very good. Well, thank you for talking to me. All right.
No.
Okay, so
What an absolutely lovely man. And you know, we probably could have sat and talked for an hour. And I would have loved that. So I'm going to do something like that again. So I think wishing Mr. McMillan a big happy birthday for tomorrow when he reaches 96. And I'm sure everybody will join me in wishing him a happy birthday. Really enjoyed meeting him and speaking to him. So on that note, let's finish off with some other birthday shout outs. We'll see who we have up first on our gallery. Oh, so this is lovely Lindsay Hughes, and Lindsay had a birthday this week. So happy birthday, Lindsay. Hope you had a lovely day. I did see that you had a cupcake with a candle in it. I hope you did get a bigger one than that. And a happy birthday also this week, or in the last few days, to our own action man there, Mickey Shields. So happy birthday twice in 2 weeks, Mickey. It was your anniversary last week. So happy birthday to you. And then we have Hannah Ruddy. So Hannah was sweet 16 there during the week. So lovely picture of Hannah. Wishing you a happy birthday, Hannah, as well. I hope you enjoyed your party the other night. Yeah, sweet 16. Oh, to be that age again. And this is our very own food bank volunteer, Jerry Finnegan, who came with the milk the other day when we were all gasping for a cup of tea. And he shares a 66th birthday with his twin, Brian. So a big happy birthday to Jerry and Brian from all of us in the Community Association and from your friends and family. I do think that is all I have this week. Oh no, oh God, do not let me forget Pat McGivern. Pat McGivern had a birthday as well this week. So wishing you a happy birthday from all of us. And we also had Karen Carroll. And Karen had a birthday. I think Karen was 50. Do not shoot me if I'm wrong, Karen. But a big happy birthday from all of your friends and family. And I do think that that's it now. But I'm sure you'll agree that interview with Mr. McMillan was just lovely. And it was an absolute pleasure to do that. So that's me until next week, all being well. So thanks a million for listening. Take care.